In today's class, we will see how to launch Amazon EC2 instance. Log into Amazon console. Once you log into Amazon console, go to Amazon dashboard. From Amazon dashboard, click on launch instance. It shows you a screen where you can choose Amazon machine image. Amazon machine image is a template that contains a software configuration, for example an operating system, an application server or an applications. This screen displays a list of basic configuration called Amazon machine images that serves as a template for our instance. You can also see there are different other options available such as AWS Marketplace, where pre-configured AMIs are available from different vendors with different application on it. This reduces the time in order to install and deploy such applications. Here the user can search for the applications, say for example Liferay, and user can also select that AMI and Liferay will be running on Amazon Web Services within a minutes. For our tutorial, we will be launching Amazon machine image with Linux on 64-bit. In order to do that, select the button. As you can see, this image is available for free tier. The second step is to select the instance type. As we have discussed earlier, instance type, there are different type of instance types available on Amazon. For example, micro, medium, large. Depending on your compute requirement and the storage requirement, we can select the instance. For this example, we'll select the micro instance. After selecting the micro instance, you click on next, configure instance details. Here you can see there are different number of parameters that you can configure for the instance. Their number of instances is how many instances you want to launch this time. We will select one. There are different purchasing options available as we have discussed, like there are on-demand instances, spot instances. Spot instances you can specify, and you can also specify how much maximum price you are willing to pay per instance hour. This is called a bidding process. If your bid is higher than others, then you will get that particular instance. You can also see there are different network options available where you can launch your instance in Amazon Virtual Private Cloud. As we discussed, Amazon has divided or distributed its infrastructure in different regions and availability zones. Right now we are in North Virginia region of Amazon, and there are different availability zones. For Virginia, there are 3 availability zones defined, which allows the user to have a reliable infrastructure. You can select this, or by default it will select the availability zone on its own. Next, we will click on add storage, where you can add the storage as per your requirement. By default it gives you a root storage which is mounted on /dev/sda1 as it is the Linux Amazon machine image, and you can also see the different parameters for that particular storage. In order to get the more information of each of the attributes, you can click on information icon, which will give you the pop-up and it will give you the meaning of each of the attributes. Next, we'll tag the instance so that it becomes easy for us to identify. We will give it as a name as Cloud A. Next is the security group. This security group is nothing but a set of firewalls that controls the traffic for our instance, so that any user accessing it over the internet, we can define the security for such type of users. We will just have the security group name as Cloud A. Here you can define the type of the access, plus there will be the protocol defined, and from if you want to restrict, you can give your custom IP over here, or we will just leave it blank so that any user from the world can access it. Now we will click on review and launch, so that it launches this instance with this particular configuration which we have selected in previous screens. When we do review and launch, it gives you the final screen where you can review all the instance parameters. If you want to change either of them, you can do it using this edit AMI, edit instance type, etc. We will go with the default what we had selected and click on launch button. Here it gives you the option whether to choose the key pair. Key pair consists of a public key that AWS stores and a private key file that we store. These are used to access the instance securely. If you want to access this instance either through PuTTY or through WinSCP, or you want to connect remotely using the Microsoft remote services, you need these keys to connect to your instance. For this example, we will go with existing key pair which we have, Cloud Academy, we already created in our previous example, and we just acknowledge that we already have the access, and you click on launch instances. It takes few seconds to launch your instance with all the configuration that you have selected in the previous screen. In order to see your instance, you need to go to EC2 dashboard from the services. Click on EC2. Here on EC2, it will show you the different instances that are running as well as different other configurations. So we click on the running instances. You can see our instance is being fired up and it shows as the Cloud A, the instance ID, the type of the instance. It has been launched in the availability zone US East 1B, which is within the North Virginia region. You can see here the different regions where Amazon has its own data center on which we can launch our servers. If you want to see the different parameters of that particular instance which you have launched, you can select that instance, and on in the bottom it will show you the different parameters of that particular instance. It gives you the public domain name server, the public IP, availability zone, the security group which we had created, etc. As well as you can do the status check of that particular instance as well. To work with this instance, all the options are available from this particular menu item. If you want to connect to this instance, you can select the instance, right click, and there you can see it has options like terminate, which will remove this particular instance, reboot, which will restart the instance, stop means it will stop the instance, etc. If you want to connect to this instance, select the option of that particular instance and click on connect button over here. On this, it will give you the two options whether you want to connect using your SSH client such as PuTTY, or you can connect directly from the browser if your Java is supported on this browser. We'll see in detail on these options in our upcoming sessions. Thank you.